Conservatism is about us. It is not about a bunch of guys collecting dollars in Washington, D.C., but for too long it was. They didn't come through. They didn't get it done. That's why 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we elected Donald Trump.
You have said that conservatives for far too long have been a get along, go along, just don't rock the boat kind of crowd.
Because you stand up for yourself does not mean you are uncivil and, oh, well, I never. We need to say no. We need to say no to nonsense. How much better off would we be if the first person who came up to someone and said, my pronouns are zip and zap, and you said, that's stupid, stop doing that.
Kurt, what are your pronouns, by the way?
My pronouns cannot be spoken on a family show.
Thank you for not blurting them out, because I know you could have.
Or even big cultural ones. Would you say the NFL's run well?
No, it's a disaster. Major League Baseball, total collapse.
And they are not run by the kind of people who get looked down on by the New York Times.
Yeah.
They didn't earn what they got. They never built it. They didn't build these institutions. They didn't sacrifice for them. They inherited them because they have a degree from Yale. And they have the credential. It was handed to them. Like we were talking earlier, they're the cultural trust fund babies.
Yeah.
They're the guys who didn't work for it. They just got handed it. And what happens when you hand your kids stuff? They get spoiled and they don't achieve anything. That's where we're at right now.
I love what's happening here because this dude is actually making fun of Mike Huckabee. He's making fun of Donald Trump. He's making fun of Elon Musk. He's making fun of Tucker Carlson. And he's actually making fun of himself and basically everyone on the right wing who is pretending to be a populist right now. I'll prove it. First thing he says is he's against the bow tie conservative. He is saying this to Mike Huckabee, who is essentially a guy who has gone after everything from like homosexuality to Beyonce, whom he once called toxic mental poison. He's attacking bow tie conservatives. And when you really think about the most popular bow tie conservative out there, it's Tucker frickin' Carlson, who wore a bow tie literally on TV for like 35 years. So he is absolutely making fun of Tucker Carlson and Mike Huckabee, okay? In that single statement that bow tie conservatives are idiots. And it's even more hilarious because he's making fun of himself. Like this guy thinks that he is being the fun, wacky uncle and like dressing informally by wearing what? Like a blazer without a tie and jeans, but you're still wearing a blazer, dude. Like you're wearing loafers, which only fancy people think are casual. You're like, I'm gonna show him some brown sock. Let's go crazy. I'm sexually liberated. He attacks institutions because he doesn't like people who inherit wealth, power, you name it. The number one conservative in America is Donald Trump, who's a trust fund baby. The guy is all about being elitist and rich and snobby and a piece of crap. And his offspring are all going to inherit that, obviously. They aren't going to do anything themselves. What have they added to... Everyone knows that they haven't added anything. Ivanka, Don Jr., Kip, Kevin, Timothy, Robert. I don't know their names, but I know that they are inheriting vast sums of wealth. And when it happens on the right, it doesn't seem to bother them. Unless, as I said, this guy is just making fun of everybody he's pretending to be fans of. Mike Huckabee. You're talking about people who inherit wealth and power. Mike Huckabee's daughter, remember Sarah Sanders, who's the press secretary for Donald Trump? You know what her maiden name is? Huckabee. Sarah Huckabee Sanders. So this guy's talking about deteriorating institutions because of inherited power and status and not earned power and status. He's going face to face with a guy whose daughter only had that job because this is her dad. And I'll bring it back to Tucker again, because guess what Tucker inherited? Millions and millions of dollars in Swanson broth money. So Tucker's an heir, Trump is an heir, Huckabee's daughter is an heiress to whatever her dad created as former governor of Arkansas. And it always gets me mad that these guys are like, I just want freedom in America when we can do and say what we want. And then they go after someone for wanting their pronouns to be said a certain way. Like, you know, if you're going to get mad at people for having thin skin in America, I can't think of having thinner skin than someone who's triggered by someone else living their life the way they want to. and pushing back when you tell them how to live theirs.
Important speech about important issues.
Hypocrisy's hilarious, and I can only assume this guy's doing it on purpose for the laughs. Maybe the biggest one is this Elon Musk instinct that everybody has. Here's what's happening when people mention Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. They want to be cool. That's it. And it's not that they want to be cool, it's that they want people they perceive as cool to like them. Because look at everybody that's like going like a moth to the flame, trying to lick Joe Rogan and Elon Musk's balls. They all want to be thought of as cool because it's the same move as always. Like Elon Musk is not this like brilliant entrepreneur who came from nothing and made a name for himself. His dad, his family ran emerald mines in South Africa. So as much as this guy wants to say that Jesse Owens told the Nazis where to shove it, he turns around and lauds a guy who was the beneficiary of apartheid-era South Africa. Neat. Mike Huckabee has his own show. Ted Cruz has his own show. They're only doing it because they want to be cool and they want to build their brand for political reasons and then financial reasons after the political life is over. That is it. That is all. And in the meantime, the only policies that they advocate for to help Americans, help the rich bastards like Elon Musk, who, you know, convinced people he's brilliant when he like created a tunnel. The next time someone like this goes out and says that like the right wing is where all the populism's at, don't believe them. Because at the end of the day, the people they still worship are trust fund schmuckwad one percenters like Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk, and this guy who's like, you know, I said heck once, so I'm pretty edgy.